speak for itself. Grinding in silence, ain't nothing to tell. When we step on the court, we gon' bring it to light. And we stop and pop like we caught it a light. Stop asking what's wrong with me. You already know there's a dog in me. And there's no stopping my focus, man. Make sure all my people gon' ball with me. Yeah, I came to compete, I'm a dog with it. Yeah, I came to compete with my paws in it.
It's 11 degrees right now, and at the time is at 7:10. I've been looking forward to this conversation for some time. Jordan Delks, he joins us this morning. Jordan was a basketball player at Rossville High School, which is east of Lafayette. He went on to play college basketball at Purdue Northwest, and then he came back to Purdue, and he was a student. You said that, he could have taken Robbie Hummel one-on-one, but he came back and became a student manager for Matt Painter's Purdue basketball team back in 2011-12. 11 and 12.
Yep.
Tell us about that experience real quick, and then we're going to get into compete. Yes.
Absolutely. Thanks for having me on, guys. It was a great experience. It was kind of a master's course into basketball and coaching. And I'd always wanted to get into coaching and had a year of school left after playing college basketball up at Purdue Northwest. And it was just a beautiful opportunity to go learn from some of the best coaches. I believe there's 5 guys on that staff now that are head coaches. So Micah Shrewsbury was one of them up at Notre Dame, and I just got to be a sponge and really got my master's degree in coaching. So it was a great experience.
This is Jordan Delks. Jordan has a company called Compete Training Academy, and it is located northwest. It's out northwest of Sweetser, but he also has a location, I believe, in Lafayette. And tell us about Compete Training Academy, Jordan.
Yeah, Compete Training Academy, we're basketball training and mindset training, and we raise your belief. And so we have locations in Sharpsville, the old Sharpsville gym, if anybody's ever played there before. And we got a location there. We also got a location in West Lafayette. Todd Foster played for the Boilermakers in the 3-peat team back in the 90s. He built a barn, and I rent it from him. So it's a beautiful barn, fits the brand. And we compete there too.
And I know, Jordan, that it's more than just basketball training.
Yep.
And for people that don't know, these athletes come from across the country. They don't come just in Grant County. I mean, he has people from, last year I know there was Trey Kaufman-Wren from Purdue, there was Will Berg from Purdue, there was Paul McCulhay.
Yep.
From Rutgers.
Yep.
And you've got all sorts of people coming in. And how do they find out about it? And tell us about some other people that you've had a chance to train.
Yeah, for sure. So we started out in 2015, became an LLC, Compete Training Academy here northwest of Sweetser. And really, your clients tell a story. And we just kept hearing this, that you've raised our belief. And that's our tagline, that would raise your belief. And so you've raised my belief, Jordan. You've raised my belief, Courtney. And another principle that Courtney and I have is to always have coaches ourselves. Because you gotta have people that can speak into your life, that can see things that you don't see, right? And so for us, being coaches, we have multiple coaches ourselves, and we had a coach tell us one time that what you're doing and the results you're getting in your basketball clients, this is really transferable into any industry in sport.
When Jordan mentioned Courtney, he's speaking of Courtney Moses Delks. Courtney was a Miss Basketball for Indiana at Oak Hill High School and went on to have a stellar career at Purdue University.
Well, and again, I take such kinship, if you will, that it's the Field of Dreams. My movie is the Field of Dreams baseball movie. That's kind of what you got out there at the barn, etc. And what you've done and taken a sport that you and Courtney love, and then to make a business. And again, anytime you start a business, there are lots of questions and lots of responsibility, and you also start a family with that.
100%.
You got to be a breadwinner, Yep. And so that story is amazing. But just so excited for you and the energy you have and what you've done for so many local athletes. And of course, again, you're on a statewide, national radar now. And passion, you can't fake it, Jordan. And you come in here and the energy level gets high. We've got books. He gives us books, so anytime I get something free, I'm excited. But, you know, Courtney was kind of the Caitlin Clark before Caitlin Clark. Expand on her career and your connection meeting at Purdue.
Yeah, you know, you introduced me well. I'm Courtney husband. That's what people know me as.
Well, that's not a bad gig, though.
It's not. It's the best. But Courtney and I, we met, as I mentioned, I was a manager for Coach Painter and crossing the halls in Mackey. We met when I was a senior. She would have been a sophomore at Purdue. So that's where we met. And, you know, both of us got into coaching. And when we both got into coaching, she was coaching for the Indiana Fever for Steph White. I was coaching for Greg Tonigal at Indiana Wesleyan. And I don't know if you guys know any two coaches that are married.
Right.
Right. So we really just kind of followed our guiding values for our life and valuing our family. And we ended up following our passion of player development and really starting a business. Really been skill development for basketball is what it started as, and really changed and grew and evolved. And now we do basketball training for people of all ages, but then also mindset training for people in all different industries.
It's 7:16 in the morning on Good Morning Grant County. We're just pleased to have Jordan Delks from Compete Training Academy. We're going to continue our conversation with Jordan in a moment.
Jordan, I'm sure there are listeners out there that are wondering how old you have to be, how old can you be, how many days do you come to the academy? Just take me down that road.
Yeah, so we train players from kindergarten, preschool, all the way through professional basketball players at the barn. And it's really a special property. You know, I like to say change of place, change of pace, you get a change of perspective. And that's what we keep hearing from our clients, that when they come out to the barn, it's just a place for them to get away. We got a lot of clients traveling from all over the place that, you know, hour from Indy or West Lafayette or Fort Wayne, and for them to just get out of the hustle and bustle and get to a place where they're focused on growing their mind, body, spirit is life-changing for them.
Parents are listening into this broadcast right now and want to get involved in your academy. Is it once a week? Is it every day? Talk to me about the time allotment that they're going to have to make their son or daughter available.
Yep, our sessions are 1 hour, and they're by appointment. It's all on our website, competetrainingacademy.org. Easy to find and easy to schedule through that.
How many years have you guys been doing this now?
Well, I've been doing it unofficially since 2011. We officially became a business in 2015. In fact, my first, I remember training wasn't a thing when I grew up. And when I remember getting my first introduction into it at Matt Painter camp, I'm sitting at the lunch table, and a gal by the name of Katie Geralds was sitting there, who was playing in the WNBA at the time, and she knew I was getting into coaching, and she said, "Hey, Jordan, I'm here for the summer. Do you mind training me after Matt Painter camp?" And I got really lucky being able to train her. That was my introduction into it, just the fire that she has in her eyes. And I really just fell in love with it from there.
Caitlin Clark has become a name that everyone knows. Has she ever graced your facility?
No, but we're manifesting it.
Okay.
Whatever that means.
Exactly.
I know that your wife, Courtney, there was rumors running around Grant County that, and of course, she had such a spectacular high school career and a spectacular career at Purdue University. And there are some rumors running around town, Jordan, that she is currently training to get into the professional level of the WNBA. Is that true?
She's all in, and God's timing is perfect, and timing's everything in life, you know. And so it's kind of cool. You guys need to have her on for her to share it from her own mouth, but she's got a really cool story.
I tried to, Jordan, but you said you had kids and she couldn't come in because somebody had to feed the kids.
Get them off to school. But yeah, she's all in. It's cool how God works in mysterious ways, and she had a few opportunities to go to some training camps out of Purdue, all Big Ten career there, and then didn't go. And you know, living with regret is worse than failing.
She made 2 trips, not one, to the state finals.
Yes.
Does she talk about that? The fact that she had 2 trips but never won a state championship?
You know, the one thing we preach at Compete Training Academy is not focusing on results. And that results are a byproduct of what you do day in and day out. The Nick Saban falling in love with the process, right? And that it just comes, right? I think Purdue men's basketball has been a testament there of the struggles they had in the first round to get into the final game last year, you know. And that's just kind of what she preaches, and who my wife is on a day in and day out basis stays the same. But the results that come and go, we just kind of, we live with.
Does she talk about the fact that all of a sudden women's basketball at the college level, at the high school level, and especially at the professional level has just blown up the last couple of years?
You know, she loves it. She absolutely loves it. It's so great for the game, so great for the sport, so great for people, you know, just in general going to games again and things like that. So she's super fired up about it.
And you know, she has a brother, your wife Courtney. She
Yes.
has a brother named Courtney.
Yeah.
Who could be the nicest man I have ever met.
Yeah.
He has got a smile on his face all the time. He's so positive. I mean,
Yep.
Corbett is just a wonderful human being.
Yeah.
And so it's a great family that the Moses family
Yep.
has here in Grant County. They brought Jordan Delks to town. Jordan, you say it's 1 hour sessions.
Yep.
Tell me about people locally how do they get a hold of you? You say go to the website and learn more about it, but it's not just basketball.
Yeah.
It's about life also. There's some
Yep.
spirituality to this whole process that you're talking about, correct?
For sure, for sure. And you know, it really happened like 2019, 2020, and success leaves clues. Your clients tell a story, and adversity is an opportunity. And we all went through an interesting time frame in 2019, 2020, and where a lot of people view adversity as something bad. It was really a great kind of pause for us to really evaluate, you know, why are we successful here at Compete Training Academy? And our clients just kept saying this word, mindset and belief. And as I mentioned earlier in this conversation, we had coaches speaking life and truth into us of, hey, you know what? Where your business is at, it's great for basketball players. But you know what? These skills that you're teaching these kids are transferable to all industry. And so now we work with CEOs, CFOs, entrepreneurs. I just led a leadership retreat and mindset retreat out at Duke University where I'm training one of my clients, Mason Gillis. Brought the guys out there. Coach Shrewsbury from Notre Dame came in and spoke with my group there. And it's really evolved into a lot of mindset training as well.
Well, and competing is what we do then in our adult life, whether you're Dave Paler competing for this radio station, etc. And so that, again, you know, in education we talk about being lifelong learners.
That's right.
And you've done that, and with your connections, contacts, and you bring all that to the barn, so to speak. But so excited that you're going beyond the basketball court with that mindset piece. And golly, more determination than any one athlete is Courtney. Coached her favorite aunt, Nancy, back in the day. And that Moses family, God bless all they did for the community. But so excited to have you in Grant County. Grant County.
Does that include Stu?
Well, yeah, he's a good guy too. But just elaborate on that, then what you get from sport that you carry on throughout your real job, your career, if you will.
Yeah, you know, that's the beauty of sport. You know, it teaches you things like discipline, character, you know, and it puts you in adversity, right? You as we mentioned earlier, you win and lose. When you win and lose and there's results, you really find out who you really are. And so we really take pride in teaching our kids and our players and our adults in our mindset training programs values that'll last a lifetime, not just for a game.
So, Jordan, you have to have more than you and Courtney. You've got 3 locations. So tell us about some of the other staff members that are preaching and teaching your philosophy of your business.
We got 5 other trainers here locally. Spencer Ballinger won a state championship for the Oak Hill Eagles.
Right.
Man,
played at Huntington, didn't he?
He played at Huntington on a full ride scholarship, and I was fortunate enough to train him throughout his high school career, and he's been through our process. So we as you know, kind of a coach hires family, former players to become coaches on the staff. That's what we've done too. And so Spencer Ballinger, he does a great job. He's an exceptional trainer. He knows the game. I'll tell a story on Spencer that when he was training with me in the summer, he would literally arrive at my barn at 4 a.m. and train till 7 a.m. before going and working at Keyscapes for his summer job. And so that's the type of kid he is. That's the type of trainer he is. That type of coaches that we have on staff. And so Spencer Ballinger, he's our general manager here in Marion. I have a general manager at Sharpsville's Jake Ritchie. He's been through my mindset training program. He was an exceptional player at Tri-Central High School. If you remember that, back in the day when Tri-Central was going to the state with Grayson Flintner, Dusty Driggs, Kirk Cunningham, Jake Ritchie was a guard on that team, and he went and played college basketball, and he's now leading our Sharpsville location. Exceptional trainer. He's been a varsity basketball coach as well up in Lakeview Christian in Warsaw. And then Ryan Ridge, he's a trainer for us and runs our West Lafayette location. Exceptional trainer as well.
So who do you have coming in this summer after, like you did last year? I know you had several NCAA players. And do you have people yet that you can announce that are going to be coming in and training your facility and living in the area?
Yeah, you know, there's a few guys that I've been very blessed and fortunate to work with over the years. Mason Gillis, who's at Duke. Trey Kaufman-Wren, who's having an exceptional year for the Boilermakers. Will Berg for the Boilermakers. Spent a lot of time at our barn here this last year. You know, each off season it's different. Just you know, where guys are going to be at. As I mentioned, those guys, you know, they're figuring out next phases of their life. They'll all be here at some point, but it's you know, whether they're navigating draft processes or overseas or wherever they're going. So
I know Rex Riggs had your whole doggone staff and some of your people that you've had in his home for dinner last year, and they talked about some of the Bible study, some stuff,
Yep.
and they just had a great conversation. I know Rex really enjoyed that. So, you know what? Maybe you better hit him up again for another big dinner. You know,
it was an amazing dinner and conversation. The Riggs family really poured into our players that night. It was a life-changing evening for a lot of those guys, and the devotion that was said with Rex and his family that night. So we're super grateful to the Riggs family.
Jordan, we're super grateful that you came in this morning to talk about Compete Training Academy, and you can find more information on your website, and that would be
CompeteTrainingAcademy.org.
Thank you for coming in, Jordan.
Thanks for having me, guys. It was a
Okay.
blessing.
Awesome.
Is this you in your home?